In this section, we shall discuss safety concerning the use of wall sockets and power cables. The major concerns regarding the use of any electrical device are those of electrocution and fire hazards. Electrocution means that a person is killed because an electric current passes through his or her body. There are many factors that can result in electrocution, and we will describe the most common and preventable causes. The first we shall mention has already been discussed, and that is the wire connections inside the plug top. If these are not connected to the correct terminals, or if one should become disconnected during use, then you could be electrocuted. Next, we must look at our feet. Wear either rubber or nylon-soled shoes or boots. Never use any electrical power tool if you are not wearing shoes. Water is extremely dangerous in the presence of electrical cables and connections. Avoid using extensions or any electrical appliance in wet conditions. When removing a plug from the wall socket, make sure that your hands are dry. Turn off the socket switch. Grasp the plug top firmly by its body, keeping your fingers well away from the pins, and pull the plug straight out of the socket. Do not pull a plug by the cable when you attempt to remove it. In trying to remove a stiff plug, the top cover may even pull away, exposing the connections. Report this situation to your supervisor or a qualified electrician. Do not overload a circuit by using adapters or extender boards. The standard rule is that only one power tool should be operated at any one time from a socket. Do not connect a rolled extension. Always fully unroll the cable before you connect it to a socket. When electric current passes through a coiled cable, it will create heat by a process called induction. Enough heat may be created in a coil to start a fire. Extensions must never be carelessly draped in such a way that they lie upon hot surfaces, moving machinery, or liquids, including water or fuel spills. Do not run extensions across gangways, especially where they can be crushed under wheels. Take the time to route the extension over or around the obstacles. It may be necessary to tape the extension to overhead beams in order to keep it clear of traffic or obstacles. If your extension has to cross a pedestrian walkway, then it must be taped to the floor to prevent people from tripping. Never drag the cable along as you move around, as this will place strain on the connections and could result in a serious accident. Do not stretch the extension. If you cannot reach a position, then obtain a longer extension or find a closer power point or wall socket. As a general rule, extension cables rated at 16 amps may not exceed 25 meters in total length. Always remember to switch off the power and disconnect the extension and power tool when you have finished using it. Never leave connected power tools or extension cables unattended. Always inspect an extension cable before you attempt to use it. A minute or two spent on inspection could save your life. Here we see that the cable cores are exposed and that the cable is not even secured inside the terminal block. Cables that have been cut and joined are also hazardous. Do not use them. Plug tops can be hazardous as well. In this example, the plug top cover is not secure and the cable is not held by a cable grip. If you come across power cables in poor and dangerous conditions, do not use them.